Oh, Foxy, it's your birthday. Not for real, just for play. This is Cree Summer, and Moana Nui will be right back.
And we'll go ahead and ask for the first question from the audience.
Oh, okay. like my buddy JB was saying, I'm Carnell from Carnell Hog Pictures.
Hi.
What is your nerd origin story?
My nerd origin story is Saturday morning cartoons and running around my house like Captain Caveman. This is how I got started in voiceover. No, I really did. I would run around my house, Captain Caveman. I was all of the Looney Tunes and all of the Muppets. That's giving voices to babies and animals.
So, you do a lot of conventions.
I do.
Do you have any stories or something that stands out in your head from the convention?
Oh my goodness, there are so many. Well, one from today, I met this whole group of people, all cosplaying as all the different Sonic characters, and they were so enthusiastic. And the person that was dressed as Tails got super emotional, and she's like, I'm gonna cry. I'm like, it's okay, you can't. And so like, we'll just hug it out, and it's so amazing to me. Like, Sonic fans are the most passionate and enthusiastic fans that I've ever encountered. And so there's so many moments, but that's the one that stands out because it just happened like an hour ago. Thank you. Yeah.
Hi. So Media Nut. First off, thank you so much for being here. You are. I don't think it's pushing to say you are a hero to so many people, and now technically more than ever with the fact that when people look at it, you are the only video game original Sonic cast within the movies. When it comes to that, do you feel any level of responsibility or any form of representation when it comes to the concepts of having to deal with Hollywood and having bigger names against people who are usually more within the voice actor realm?
Well, I mean, the responsibility that I feel is for the voiceover community. Because I feel like because so few of us get to do that, and this is such a grand scale. I mean, they took these movies and they are epic and they're huge. They're like, Marvel level. And so that feels like a huge responsibility to like try and bring my voice actor friends along with me. I did say that to my agents. I was like, if I get to do this movie, it's huge for me, but it is ginormous for the voiceover community, so that hopefully some of these producers will see that, there's a reason that people are fans of some of these games or shows or whatever's, and it can still carry over to a bigger film. So, but it does. It's a little bit of pressure.
Here, I'm just noticing your Tails necklace. Was that a gift or to yourself?
It was a gift from actually somebody from MomoCon the last time I was at MomoCon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, isn't it beautiful? It's King Ice is the brand.
When it comes to the multiple roles that you have portrayed, not just as Tails, but characters like Ino and a couple of others, who are two of the characters that you voiced that you think would be really interesting to see them interact or meet or something like that?
Oh gosh. Wasp and Tails.
Yeah.
They both can fly. I think that would be awesome. Yeah, I think that would be amazing.
That. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, right?
Yeah.
Loved it. Your portrayal was amazing. My favorite version of the Wasp, including.
Seriously? Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
She gives a sense of like. She knows it's a serious situation, but she also brings a levity to the team that is very much appreciated. She's fun. She's the fun of the
so
Avengers.
fun. She's so spunky and snarky, and I absolutely loved her.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you.
What is your favorite moment from any of the characters that you have portrayed? Like one that just resonates to you?
Any character, anything. Oh my goodness! Over 30 years. I
guess for each character, like what moment?
Well, so for me, the the most exciting moments for me as a voice actor are when I get to work with all my other voice acting friends, because they are all so ridiculously talented, and just about everybody is hilarious. So anytime I got to do a group record of Sonic Boom, Danny Phantom, I got to be in Nickelodeon, and it was just like, every kid's, dream come true. Avengers, that was amazing. I got to work with Mark Hamill. I was like, yeah, whatever. He's just sitting in the corner, and I'm like, ah! It was so exciting. That's the other thing. The people that I've gotten to work with, I'm so lucky. Like, the voice actors, of course, like David Bradley Baker and Steve Bloom, and the list goes on. And but then I have gotten to work with people like Mark Hamill and Frank Welker. I think these are icons. Like, these are the people that I grew up with listening to, and I got to work with them, and that's just, thrilling.
Hi, I'm Joy with the Moana Nui Podcast. My question for you is, how did you, as iconic as your Tails voice, how did you develop that along with some of the other voices? Like, how did you know this is the sound?
That's such a great question, and I'm not great at explaining it. So, long time ago, I had gone to a callback for the Powerpuff Girls. Actually, I was called back for Bubbles and Blossom, I think. And obviously, I'm not Powerpuff Girl, so I didn't get it. But I was doing, I forget which one, and the casting director said, "Oh, it sounds too much like a boy. Can you girl it up?" And in my head, I was going, because to me, all my characters were girls, and I was just very. No one had ever said that to me before, so I was like, I had to really think about it. So I was like, "Oh, sure, I'll girl it up or whatever." So I did, and then whatever, we finished the audition, and at the end she said, "You need to tell your agent that you do boy voices." And I had to really kind of figure that out. Like, what does that mean? Because often, like, if you listen to little kids playing, often you can't tell the difference because, voices haven't changed or whatever. I mean, sometimes you can, but for the most part, they kind of sound the same. So it's more about, their attitude and how they approach their world, And so I had kids, I had a boy and a girl, and my boy was very typically boy, and my girl was very typically girl. And so, like, my boy, everything was a vehicle or a weapon, or like everything was like monsters, and my girl was very, she could sit and look at a magazine, play house, princesses. So it was interesting to just see their approach to the world. And so I kind of go more as far as like character, and then when you're voicing a boy, I already have a little bit of natural texture to my voice. Mm-hmm. So depending on what boy it is, whether it's Tails or Konohamaru or whatever other boy character I've played, I may add texture or take texture away, or maybe sit it a little bit lower in my voice. And then if you think about age range, for me, like I had a phone audition once where they were literally like, okay, now be 6 years old. Now you're 7, now you're 8. And I was like, what's the difference between 6 and 8? Like, I had to really kind of break it down in my head what that might sound like, age to age. Like, how much does the voice change as you get older? So I had to kind of, and it's a little bit technical, but then I think about Tails and like, oh, how do you do it? Can you sing along to the radio? I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a good singer or not. You know how to make that sound come out of your mouth. Whatever it is, singing along. So that's kind of how I look at it.
Tails was part of the boy band.
Exactly, dude, right? Yeah, and then like their energy level, and like I get a character description, and a picture is always great for me. I'm a very visual person, so that always helps me come up with a character. Is if I see a picture. But then the writing is great. It's so collaborative because I can give you my impression of what I think that character sounds like, and then once we get in the booth, I'm going to get direction, and I'm going to get more context from a script, and the writers are there, and so it's all very like probably the first episode of Sonic Boom and the last episode, he probably sounds different. I don't know. I haven't done that experiment. I don't know. You guys can tell me. But it probably sounds different because he's, I've gotten to sit with the character for longer, and we've all kind of grown up together throughout the scripts. And I'm sorry, that was a very long-winded answer, but
great answer.
Thank you. Yeah.
So one of your other characters that are beloved, Jazz Fenton. Recently we've had a couple of Danny Phantom characters going through multiple crossovers, whether it was through Smite. We also have Nickelodeon's All-Star Brawl 2 coming out. If they were to add, for example, Jazz as a playable fighter, what are some things you'd like for them to like include for her, if anything?
I would love that so much. I would love it if she accidentally got ghost powers too. How cool would that be?
Awesome.
Brother-sister duo, you know. But at the very least, I would love it, you know. She found out toward the end, and then I feel like we never got to pay that off. So, like, yeah, well, for me, I didn't get to do it. I didn't get to do it. So I would love to see, like, you know, do they become this ghost fighting team together, and maybe she's part of the, you know, I would love to see that.
Last question.
Yeah.
Okay. As far as voicing tales and playing on shows and movies, who are you most interested in seeing in the movie adaptation? Big Bad or side character?
Oh, other Sonic characters? Big the Cat. No, but if you're a Sonic Boom fan, I would love Dave the Intern. He's my absolute favorite. I thought he needed his whole spin-off show. He cracked me up.
Even Office style Sonic Boom, Dave the Intern.
Yes, I would love it. That would be amazing.
And can you also share how people can connect and follow you on social media to learn about future conventions and other projects?
Absolutely. So you can find me on Instagram it's at Colleen O'Shaughnessy. Twitter is at VO Colleen. V is in voice actor, but voice over VO Colleen. TikTok, I think is Real Colleen O'Shaughnessy, and I'm on Facebook too, but it just goes from Instagram to Facebook. So yeah, and I post everything there. So if I'm any appearances, any new shows, any new projects that are coming, that's where you find me.
Great, awesome. And then
so many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If they won't tell it, we will. If this the land of the free, was a freedom then, when they annexed Hawaii and called it cedar lands, without any type of payment and no signing off. Called themselves a republic in 1894. 1.2 million acres overtaken from the native Hawaiians. When they resisted, the West retaliated in violence and erasure. The Hawaiian language is banned as part of colonialism's plan to expand, yeah. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work of all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will. So if we put Hawaii into perspective, well, Black and Asian history is interconnected. Considering the fight with the Pacific, then of course versus Asia, they was treated as a middleman for war, but didn't let the Western colorism run its course. Cause dark skin was a sign of dignity to core. The land was taken in the name of capitalism, when prior to it was an actual kingdom. Clap back at the system. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Multiple bombings of Kaho'olawe as a part of their ongoing war with Asia. Used it as a place for target practice. No consent or compensation. Colonizers call for annexation. The work of all the locals. School will never let you know. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. So many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. Too many stories left to tell, even if we have to ourselves. Can't keep history on the shelf. If we won't tell it, we will. We will.